25?
So that works too.
I just can't imagine, you know, not having an arm.
Yeah.
Troy would be so on board with this, even though whenever we talked about organ donation, it wasn't really even on the radar that anything like this could even be done.
It was a bad choice.
Bad choice. The pasta.
The fork.
The fork? You can use a spoon.
Week or so, and it's the worst amount
Switch.
you've had.
Sure. Cooked ones wouldn't be a problem.
When he did sign for his license at 16, they asked him if he wanted to be an organ donor, and he said yes, and it was on his license.
Yeah, so the Bates one is on the left, and all the players sign it while he's in hospital, and the Pappas 7 is his football jersey.
With his sports background, it was pretty easy to put a prosthetic on Troy and put a baseball glove.
He put a baseball glove over his left hand.
And no one even knew that that his natural hand wasn't in the casket.
These are hot, so it's just a one pack. Well, I wanted to get particularly the left hand because there really wasn't anything surgically that they could do to improve it. So this was my next best option. I'll just do this for like 10 minutes.
They had started cross-matching and tissue sampling just to see what he would have for compatibility recipients. That could kind of be ahead of the game if he did die. He was living in the moment, and you know, looking back, you just wonder if he knew that he was going to have a short life or something, because he said, like, I'm enjoying right now, and he did. He lived every moment to the fullest.
He's already getting sensation along the side of his small finger and up to the top. So he's actually had feeling very early, but the level of feeling that he's had has just become a little bit more, I guess, sophisticated, if you will, each passing month.
I had never really given up hope, because I was still hoping and praying for a miracle, but just because of my line of work, I knew the severity of his injuries, and I knew the likelihood of a recovery was extremely dismal at best. You know, at times I said I felt like I'd been trained for 24 years for that week.
It's pretty awesome. That he can bring his finger away. That's a muscle function within the hand. And he's got a little bit in these fingers, not a lot, but the flap area, yes. I mean that this whole area is new skin.
It's like, how do you do that? So, does it allow your wrist to move freely?
We have that pain there now. And down. And bend again. And then towards you.
He didn't have much of an answer for the pain.
We found in a lot of the pictures, for some reason, everyone was always to his left, and it was the arm that he always seemed to embrace people with.
He's a perfectionist, so he sometimes gives up on himself too quickly because he thinks it should happen so easily.
I'm not a perfectionist, I'm a realist.
So you think what I'm asking you to do is unrealistic?
At times.
You know, this is, you know, sort of a new program for us too, so we don't always know what he's going to be able to do or what's going to be hard until we try it.
Get the 80s. It's quite a while ago.
Yeah, so it translates to when he goes and holds a fork at home or holds the razor. Eventually do buttons more.
For a week.
Solidly for at least a year, absolutely. Not with as much intensity, because hopefully each month Joe's able to do more for himself.
Even if he wasn't the absolute talented kid on the field or court, he could be the one that was always listening, always hustling, always trying his best.
Awesome job. Whew. That's a lot of work. That's the most I've done in a long, long time.
He proposed on the day that Troy died. I don't think knowing that he was going, I don't know, but I don't think he knew he was getting an arm on that day, and he now has a ring finger for a wedding ring. So I think it's profound and at so many levels.
There you go. So maybe I'll see you next week. Simmons.